Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. Love you. Absolutely. First of all, happy Friday. Reason to smile there, number one. Number two would be that we are going to be kicking off Christmas today at 2 o'clock on Y105 FM, Rochester's Christmas station. I'm really excited. That's so cool. And then there's one more thing. There's one more thing that I think is kind of like he's the spirit of Christmas 24/7. There's a guy in town named Flag Waving Joe. If you've not seen him, then you have not been blessed by the love and hope this guy shows every single day. So the other day was snowing. Earlier in the week, it was snowing. And a bunch of patients at St. Mary's Hospital looked out their window, and they saw Flag Waving Joe out there dancing and doing his thing, waving. And one patient in particular, Ben Bridgman, shot video of it and let me use it. And Ben said, I've been in there a week. I was feeling bad. And, man, that brought me the smile I needed when I needed it. Thank you, Joe. You want to see the video? It's on the Y105 FM app. He's just pure love. It's what he is.
This is Y105 FM.
We got a cloudy day with snow on and off and temps dropping to 14 by 4 o'clock. Good morning. It's Y105 FM's early morning show. Today is the day the toilet was invented. It's World Toilet Day. So I'm curious, do you know someone that's been stuck on a toilet? Sarah is on the phone. Hey, thanks for calling Y105 FM. What is your story?
My ex-husband's mother. She fell asleep on it for almost 2 hours. We couldn't find her, and by the time we found her, she had literally suction cupped herself to it because we couldn't get her off it. We had to actually take the feet off of it and take her to the hospital and have it removed. And they had to literally take it off the toilet and take her and pick her up, and firemen carry her out to the car and then take her to the emergency room to have them take it off of her.
Oh, my gosh, that's some trauma for her. It is Y105 FM's early morning show. We're talking about toilets. And Alicia, you got stuck?
Okay, so it did happen when I was younger, but I do remember it. And I do remember my mom telling me about it a while ago. But somehow I got my head stuck in the toilet. And I know it sounds crazy, and I don't know how it happened. She doesn't understand how it happened. But I got my head stuck in the toilet when I was about 6 years old. I just couldn't figure out how to get my head out of it. And I still don't even understand how it actually happened. But she remembers in very vivid detail hearing me, like, a muffled scream coming from the bathroom. And she came in there to check on me. And then she started laughing. And my head was stuck in the toilet. And I do remember my head stuck in the toilet. I mean, it's there. I don't remember how I got my head stuck in the toilet. I think I was trying to put rubber ducks in the toilet, and I wanted to figure out how they were floating because, kids are curious. But I got my head stuck in the toilet.
We focus on playing songs that make you feel good at work.
Hey, my name is James Raby. It is 17 right now. It's going to drop to about 14 by this afternoon. I know. Minnesota's a wonderful place, and it is time for Raby Bits. Just little things I found, and one of these fits really well because we are now giving away a pair of tickets to see Taylor Swift. I know, man. Ticketmaster failed you. We didn't. So here's the deal. Taylor Swift, you just got to go to the Y105 FM app. Seriously, it's making it so easy. Download the Y105 FM app and enter to win the Taylor Swift tickets. It's Taylor Swiftmas here on Y105 FM. So Taylor Swift gave some breakup advice on the old TV the other day.
People go on and on about, like, you have to forgive and forget to move past something. No, you don't. You don't have to forgive, and you don't have to forget to move on. You can move on without any of those things happening. You just become indifferent, and then you move on.
A few years ago, I would have said that is a bunch of BOLOGNA. But, not necessarily. Sometimes there are definitely reasons you just have to, for your own mental health, move on. It is the Y105 FM early morning show, part of the Raby Bits. We also have a dog who went viral because he sounds just like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, I got to hear that again.
Hello.
Morning.
Hello. Hello.
That is just too funny. Makes me think of my favorite line of Mrs. Doubtfire. Carpe dentum. When her teeth fell into the glass. It is Y105 FM's early morning show. Was it a fatal drug overdose in the Yoda? That's next in the Y105 FM early morning show News Minute.
This This is Y105.
Sheriff's office responded to what seems like a fatal drug overdose in Iota Wednesday evening. Good morning. I'm James Raby. It's the Y105 FM early morning show news minute. Is it going to warm up? We'll find out here in just about 60 seconds. Deputies found the body of a 65-year-old man around 8:45 p.m. The supposed Iota drug overdose was one of 3 that local authorities responded to in a 36-hour span. See more about those overdoses on the Y105 FM app. Also on our app this morning, 20-year-old Javery Smith of Sturtville, accused of threatening to shoot up a business with an AR-15, entered into a plea agreement in Olmsted County Court. A Rushford man was hurt in an I-90 rollover near Rochester, and strike authorization vote scheduled for 15,000 Minnesota nurses. And the rabies shot. ABC News says tickets to Taylor Swift's upcoming concert are selling for as much as $42,000. I don't care what the concert is. No, it's not worth it. Anyway, fans are so desperate to see Taylor, they're paying the price on StubHub. Ticketmaster still under fire for crashing when Taylor's tickets went on sale. Right, what are they doing with all the service fees? Are they not servicing their servers, for crying out loud? It's inexcusable. I want them taken down now. Anyway, $42,000 for a ticket to a show. There's no recession. Anyway, cloudy today. Y105 FM weather for today. Cloudy and snow on and off. A high should be dropping to 14 by 4 o'clock. Tonight, snow and a low should be warming up from 14 to 18, with a wind chill around 0. And then tomorrow, wind chills around 4 below, maybe some snow, and a high will be dropping to 11 by 5. So basically, we're gonna get as warm as 17 right now. We're gonna drop to 14, and then it's gonna rise up to 18, and then it's gonna go back down to 11 tomorrow. It just can't make up its mind. This is the Y105 FM early morning show. Literally, what do you get a guy who has everything for retirement? Like Blake Shelton, he's retiring from The Voice. And I tell you, Gwen Stefani's gifts are so on point. If you're not sure what to get for your sweetie pie, your dude, or maybe even dudette, I don't know. What she has to say makes so much sense in just about 12 minutes on Y105 FM's early morning show. Early morning show. There we go for the rest of the day. Snow and it getting colder. Perfect for a fireplace. And you and cozying up and listening to Rochester's Christmas station, which switches on at 2 o'clock. Make sure you're listening, okay? It is Y105 FM's early morning show. And Gwen Stefani was talking about why her husband, Blake Shelton, is leaving The Voice.
I don't know. I think he just wants more time. It's a lot of time away from the family, those kinds of things. I think he just got to a point where he just wants time at his ranch, like time to just do the other things that he loves to do. And we have, lives outside of work.
It's very true. And so that's cool. He's retiring. And, of course, people are talking about, what do we get him? What do we get him for a retirement gift? And she says, what should you get him? Don't get anything fancy. Get him a bag of corn. Like, honestly, he would be so thrilled. Or fertilizer or something like that. Yeah, people sometimes go a little overboard. And I got some fantastic examples of that. Like Mary. Mary, tell me your story about what happened at retirement.
One of the nurses I used to work with, she retired a little bit ago. And the doctor she was working for at the time bought her a bobblehead of himself that was laying down in kind of the seductive pose, and it was just covered with a towel and said, "Please don't ever forget me."
How'd they respond?
She didn't really say much. She said, "Thank you, and I won't forget you."
That's just weird, all right? And Sandy, how about you?
My dad retired, and he had a huge party, and one of his friends got him this cane. But it wasn't just a normal cane. It had, accessories to it type of deal. That you could hang your glasses in a little spot. But the best part about this cane, it even had a drink holder on it.
Aww.
It was, the funniest thing ever. So, yeah.
It is Y105 FM's early morning show. If that drink holder doesn't include a straw to my mouth, I'm not sure I want it. Just kidding. Okay, kicking off 8 a.m. All Music Hour next. And, of course, at 9 a.m. we begin the last day of codes for the BSB and Me in NYC.
Dell Technologies Black Friday event starts now with up to 50%.
Today, sure, it might be 18 degrees now, but it is going to drop today and then going to rise up over the night and then tomorrow morning drop again. It's like Mother Nature's all confused by the time change. few weeks ago. It is Y105 FM's early morning show. I'm James Raby. Lab-grown meat. Have you heard about it? Well, Jimmy Fallon did.
Did you guys see this? For the first time, the FDA has approved a lab-grown meat for human consumption. The FDA was like, don't worry, it's completely safe. Disgusting, but safe.
Right. You know, I have not tried even the Impossible Burger or whatever they're calling it, the Impossible products. Right? I just haven't. I don't buy them. And for no reason in particular except that, I don't eat a lot of beef. So if you'll put it in front of me, I will eat it in a heartbeat. Just like I would with the lab-grown beef. Although I got to say, what I imagine is a traditional tree with little meat leaves. I hope that they will have like a roast plant, and they'll have a medallions of beef plant so that you can grow these certain things in the shape already so it looks just right. I don't want it to look goofy, because if it's goofy, I'm out of here. Here on the Y105 FM early morning show, one last thing I want to say before I get back to the music here. Karen wants to use the old menu. Check out this TikTok story.
So, y'all, tell me when today is my first day back at work, and the first customer I get is Karen. So as she comes up in here, and I tell her the total for her to-go order, and she's like, well, online, it said $8.50. And I was like, okay, let me see. So she pulls up a picture of our menu, like in 2011. And I'm just like, oh, ma'am, that's the old picture. Like, we have a new menu now, and the prices are different. She's like, well, this is what online said, and this is what I thought I was going to pay. I was like, our food now is $10 for that meal, and $10 is what you have to pay. If you're not willing to pay that, then I'm sorry. And then she's like, okay, well, you can either get it to me for this price, or you can throw it away. I was like, okay. So she was like, you know what? Just get your manager. So I get my manager, and he just looks at her, and he's like, yeah, it's $10, and just keeps one. And then she's like, oh, like you need to fix that Google menu. Do I look like MissGoogle.com?
No, you do not. But more importantly, you get to the restaurant and maybe you feel a little silly because you didn't notice what the date was. Instead of going after the person that's taking your order and giving you the food or whatever, how about you just chill out and say, oh, I should have looked at the date. That would have solved the problem right there. Don't be nasty. They're just working hard. It's Y105 FM's early North Country Christmas of Good Friday. Hi, I'm James Raby. It is the Y105 FM early morning show. Raby shots are just doughheads in the news. And I have to give one to some Taylor Swift fans. Not all of them, obviously. A lot of Swifties are awesome and cool and wonderful. And however, there's a story on the Y105 FM app right now. Headline: Taylor Swift fans frustrated by pop star's silence regarding the tour difficulties getting tickets, right? I totally get the frustration of not being able to get tickets. But can we just cut the slack here? You might want an immediate response, but what if the immediate response has nothing in it? What if instead Taylor Swift is working to fix the problem, and then we'll announce what the solution is? What about that? If you're not out any money, I don't get it. And if you're out money, that's with Ticketmaster. Not Taylor Swift, although I'm certain she is big enough to take down Ticketmaster or put them in their place or something. I hope anyway. Remember when Pearl Jam tried it back in the day? Woo! Didn't go well for Pearl Jam. They got blocked out of so many venues. And the U.S. government wouldn't even look at it as a violation, right? How can you control all the venues and then say, no, we're not, no. Anyway, so Taylor Swift, I hope she's big enough to take them down, but also, come on, Taylor Swift fans, cut her some slack. We get used to immediate responses from organizations, and we should probably stop that. Because sometimes it takes a little bit to figure out what's going on. And you start talking before you know what's going on. What's going to happen? TR-able. That's what my mama used to say, TR-able. So that's my Raby shot today. That's my big one. And by the way, it's obviously a huge Raby shot to Ticketmaster for being the continual doughheads that charge us outrageous fees and, what do they call that? Service fees. But somehow or other didn't appear to put it toward the servers. So here's the deal. You can't get those tickets right now, but you can win them from us. That's right. If you download, and we made it super simple. Download the Y105 FM app, enter. Seriously, done. That's it. That's all you got to do. There's no service fees to do it. We will not ask you to even serve us coffee. Nothing. Just enter to win with Y105 FM.
This is Y105 FM.
Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.